And hopefully we're live. Hello, everybody.
Yep. Hi, everyone.
If you're there, type in the comments and say hello to us so that we can see that you're there. If you have any questions, pop them in the comments too.
Hi, Maria.
Made
Yay, she made it.
Hi, Maria.
Hi, Maria.
Oh, yeah.
Right, that's that. See, hi, Luna. Hi, Green.
Hey, everybody. Oh, look, it's nice.
Hiya.
Hiya. Hi, Jess.
We'll give a couple of minutes for everybody to sort of find us and catch up. And hi, Sue. Glad you made it. We'll give a couple of minutes for everybody to sort of find us and catch up, and then we'll start officially waffling because that's her speciality.
Did you say wobbling?
Hi, Sorsha. Wobbling. You can sing if you want.
I thought you said wobbling.
Oh, wobbling.
We can do that.
I love the womble.
There is a new Wombles advert. We do need to. The Wombles need to come back. Littering is worse than ever.
I don't think they'd like us doing the song though. Definitely wouldn't like me singing it.
Yeah. No, I can't sing, so you don't want me to do that either. But yes, I used to love the Wombles. Hi, Pia.
I met them once. That's my claim to fame. When I was a kid, yeah, they were at a party. That's my claim to fame. When I was about 8. Very cool.
Did you meet Uncle Bulgaria?
Rachel, yeah, they were at the park.
Oh, he was always my favourite.
Oh, I love it. He was very wise.
Yes.
I liked Uncle Bulgaria.
And
Madame Chalet.
Yeah, she was good. Hi, Irene. Mike Bat, that was it, yes. Hi, Rachel. Yeah, the Wombling Christmas is on their Christmas playlist.
Hey, yeah.
It's probably the hottest day so far, and I've just mentioned a Christmas song. Is there something very wrong with it? Hi, Jenny. Waiting on someone to look at my front door. Ooh, misses. Yeah, they will. Guaranteed, Jenny. No, they'll be knocking any minute. That's the way it goes. It's the law. Oh, Pia, I like your avatar. It looks like you. Maria's. Oh, everyone's waiting for people today. Right, I can't. All I can see is Facebook user and good afternoon, dedicated, very hot druid here. Hi, Sue.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a bit warm in the UK today. We shouldn't complain, really, should we? Shouldn't complain. But yeah, it is very warm, very warm. So as usual, we don't have any particular topic, although we've got a couple of questions here to answer already. If you have any questions you'd like to ask us about witchcraft, about us individually, about what we do, how we do it, anything you can think of, Wombles included, pop them in the comments, and we will do our very best to answer them. If you've got any suggestions for future talks or blogs or subjects you would like covered in detail, please pop that in the comments too, and we will do our very, very best. Sue is going to moan because it's 96 in her garden. Yeah, that's a bit too warm for me. That's why I'm indoors.
Too warm.
Yeah, I don't really do the heat, I must admit. Although I do like working with the sun. Nice lead in. If you join me for my live chat on Friday morning, I'll be talking about sun magic. I almost sounded professional then, didn't I?
You do. Oh, me and Sue have a similar necklace on. Oh,
It's the avatars, isn't it? They are very clever, aren't they?
Yeah, pixie made. Love it.
Yeah, I like pink hair. Nice. Hi, Leslie. We'll all be drinking lots today.
I've got my cucumber water.
I was going to say mine's only water, cucumber water. That sounds quite nice.
It's delicious. It's a natural electrolyte. So you literally put a jug of water and fill it with like half a chopped cucumber, leave it overnight, and you've got your own electrolyte energy drinks, and they're completely natural and they're delicious.
Does that mean you'd actually be peeling me off of the walls?
Probably.
All electrolyted up. You can laugh, Ness. We know you had a latte this morning.
I did. Put my hands up. It was delicious. First one in nearly 4 months. But it was only a Costa Express one, but it was still a Costa hazelnut. No, it wasn't hazelnut. Honeycomb latte.
Oh, nice. Sounds
honeycomb. Yeah. So yeah, I did miss. We were only talking about it the other day, so yeah, it was really nice. While I was waiting for it to be MOT'd, I went and under a shady tree with my latte, and it was very nice.
Hi, Penelope.
I do miss lattes.
I only like coffee if it's got loads of caramel syrup in it. I don't really like the taste of coffee.
I don't drink tea or coffee. I haven't done for about 22 years.
It doesn't. I like the smell of coffee. I think the smell of coffee is lovely. Yeah, it's actually. I'm actually embarrassment when I go out with you ladies because you like coffee and I don't.
I can't drink it anymore, can I?
No.
Have that dandelion root stuff from Holland and Barrett.
That is nice though.
Yes, we tried that.
Oh, okay. I thought it would taste like chicory, perhaps. Or
it's got chicory in its whole earth.
Oh, okay.
Just like the real thing, isn't it? When
Well, no, not really. It doesn't give you that kick.
It smells like real
coffee taste.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, you get used to it.
Yeah. Hi, Jess. Jess is on the Sun Magic task in lesson 5. Friday morning, my 9 a.m. chat will be all about Sun Magic, Jess. So hopefully that'll give you some help. Leslie has ordered her crystal water bottle. Yeah, we've all got them. I don't know who had it first. It was Sue or Gypsy, probably. Yeah, so I've got one now.
Oh, you've got the flippy one. Cool.
I've got the Dumurite. Yeah, that one. There are a few words in the English language that stump me completely, and that's one of them. The other one is sigils. I can never say that word. Which for a witch is a little bit embarrassing, really, isn't it? But there you go.
Yes, Maria, Holland and Barrett.
Yeah. I'm going to make that cucumber.
I'll send you a picture of it.
I am going to try that cucumber water. Did you say you put the cucumber in it overnight, Gypsy?
Yep. Or you can do it fresh as you want it. It's up to you.
Yeah, I'm going to give that a try. That sounds nice.
The bottles are from bewater.com. So.
Yes, the bottles. I've done a review on my website last week. If you want to have a look, they are very good. They are the first bottle that I've bought. Bearing in mind that I've got teenage kids, they're the first water bottle I've bought that doesn't actually leak as well. So,
yeah. About 3 years. I've got 7 of them. I've got 2 of the glass ones and 5 of the plastic, and I swear by them.
Yeah, every other one I've bought for the kids has always leaked. So very impressed with it. Green has a cup of coffee from Hawaii every morning. That sounds amazing.
Nice, Green.
She adds mocha and toasted marshmallows. Excellent. That's my kind of coffee. I do like toasted marshmallows. I'm not allowed them very often because they make me a bit drunk.
But, a little bit.
Yeah, such a cheap day. Toasted marshmallows. I think something in the sugar happens with my body, and I just get even worse than I am already.
Sugar overload.
Yeah, sugar rush.
Yeah, pretty much. Hi, Devon. Of course, you can watch later.
It's a coffee substitute.
Pia would like to find out how to find witch hazel and make your own. Is that your own coffee from witch hazel? Or
no. I think we've left the coffee.
Have we moved? I need some toasted marshmallows.
No.
It's meant to make our own witch hazel.
Yeah, that would make a more sensible question, wouldn't it?
It would, yeah.
I might need a lot of help today. It's the heat. It's frying my brain. Has anybody made their own witch hazel before?
No. Have you got
No.
a witch hazel tree though, Rachel? I thought you had one.
I've got a corylus, which looks like a witch hazel, but isn't actually a witch hazel. It's got all that twisty branches, but it's not the same.
Fake witch hazel.
Yeah, it's an imposter. No, I've never made it. I must admit, I'm a bit lazy like that. I do buy my own bits and pieces. So, well, Pia, if you do, let us know how you get on. I'd be interested to know that, how you get on making that. And now my phone's decided to completely go blank, so I have no idea what's going on. So, shall we? Just making sure. Oh, orzo is a lovely coffee substitute.
Not heard of that.
No, don't know that one. Roasted chicory root. Oh, your one's got chicory in it, Sue.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do quite like the idea of, we've had, when we've been out on a normal cafe runs, we've had the matcha milk with
And the
I
matcha tea.
think we've had
yeah.
we've had beetroot and matcha and cacao and matcha and turmeric and matcha.
Oh, I
And
love
they always look amazing,
That
and
was
then they always
nice.
taste the grass, because I don't like matcha.
Yeah.
I think matcha,
They look pretty.
but they do look pretty, yeah. And they make you feel a bit virtuous, because you feel like
The
you're drinking.
Garage Lounge, isn't it?
Yes. Maria, how are you all? Warm, I think, is the general answer.
Yeah,
But
melting.
good, don't we? We're all. I had the. I was very, very lucky that Sue and Ness came and dragged me out. Well, they didn't came, they dragged me out on Monday to meet, socially distanced, in Queen Elizabeth Country Park for a chat. We ended up being there for 4.5 hours, was it?
Wow.
We had a
Excellent.
little blanket, didn't we? In our
Yeah, we had
picnic.
a little picnic blanket spread 2 meters apart from each other. And we had our own little picnics, and then we got little dogs that came to see us.
And those kids.
Oh, and kids beating the trees with sticks.
Yeah.
We had to restrain Sue from going and smacking them. But that was a real boost, Maria. I need, having not actually been out for 3 months, it was it was very much needed. Hi, Snowy. Right, are you going to sit there whining at me? Or are you going to come and sit in your armchair? Have a dog squeaking at my feet. So if you've got any questions, please do post them in the comments. Questions about witchcraft or chicory root or wombles or anything you like, really. We'll do our very best to answer it. Crystals, herbs, whatever you like. Throw it at us and we'll see what we can do with it. We have had one question. Someone asked us in the week if we could discuss and I'll read this out, ethics of sigils. That word sounds so funny. The ethics of sigils or working magic on something that you sell. So picking up a squeaking dog. Come on then. Come on then. Come on. There we go. Squeaky dog, say hello to everybody. Look, there you go. Go and sit in your armchair. So if you sell stuff, I guess if you've got handcrafted things that you make and you sell on Etsy maybe or on your website or at festivals, what are the ethics of drawing sigils on the bottom or working some magic around them to promote the selling of them, I guess, to make people want to buy them. And I say, if you're making something, if you're spending that time and effort creating things, obviously you want people to buy them. I don't actually see any particular problem in working a bit of magic to make them popular. I think you probably want to avoid that I want this to sell for lots of money, because that's, a little bit. But to actually just want people to buy and own the items that you create, I don't have any problem personally with the ethics of that. I have worked a little bit of magic with some of my books on occasion, particularly on book contracts. If I'm waiting for a book contract to be offered, I have worked some magic and left the contract on my altar with some herbs and crystals and things on. I don't actually really sell physical things personally myself generally, so no, I don't do that. But I do work a bit of magic to make my books successful. I don't particularly see a problem with that. Gypsy, with your Reiki business, how do you go about it?
I work with my business card. So I would anoint my business card with prosperity oil. So that's my business card. So I would take one of those. Oh, there we go. Anoint the front and the back, leave on my altar. I would wash the floors and walls in my Reiki room with something like Bring Me the Sunshine, or a prosperity, or maybe a money oil or something. But again, not setting a price or or a limit, as it were, for money coming in. I just kind of do a general, please bring me some more prosperity to my business, some new clients or something along those lines, but not stipulating an amount, etc.
Yeah. So I think we're probably all right with the fact that we're witches, and if we can use the magic to boost what we do, then no, I don't particularly see a problem with it. Yeah, I do with the kind of, I want to sell this for loads of money, because that's perhaps got, not quite the right way of going around it. So hopefully that's answered the question.
I apologise. There is screaming toddler in the background. His son's over with his girlfriend and kids, and she's kicking off.
The more the merrier.
The house isn't big enough.
Green has a question. It's just disappeared. There we go. My question today is, what items, crystals, are good for zapping all the excess energy from sitting in front of a computer all day? I do this for work and it's absolutely draining.
Top 6. Come on then.
If you see anybody waving, it's because they want to answer. Yes, Sue.
I use smoky quartz.
Smoky quartz.
Yeah.
Okay.
To take all the energy away from the computer. No, I haven't got one here because I don't generally have my laptop here. But
Gypsy.
Oh,
No way.
they are.
For EMF protection, I would work with orgonite, fluorite, lepidolite, shungite, black tourmaline, and aventurine. They are all brilliant for deflecting EMF and keeping your energy balanced. We are literally having 5G posts put up on the estate where I live at the moment. So I am gridding my windows and my doorstep and my boundary with black tourmaline wherever I can get it from.
Black tourmaline's really protective,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Or black kyanite even. It kind of puts like a shield over you.
Black tourmaline.
Ness, here's an example Ness made earlier.
I wear it. I wear it, particularly like out and about and computer work. And what Bernie said about the orgonite, that's something really is a good one, isn't it? It's quite fascinating when I found out about that. And
is orgonite the handmade resiny type one, or am I talking right? Good.
Yeah, with all different bits of metal, different bits of crystals, depending on your intent and how it's put together, it can be very, very powerful.
I find them quite fascinating.
Some beautiful ones.
Yeah, very, very interesting one. Did you do a blog about them, Ness? I think off the top of my head. Yeah. So there's a blog on the blog about orgonite. Cool.
Yeah, fascinating.
That's given you some suggestions. Great. Oh, bring on the marshmallows. I'll be able to speak properly. Hopefully that's helped, Green. Maria, I saw people putting their exercise belts on the branches and lifting themselves. Oh no, nearly breaking the branches. I could feel the hairs on my chest. Right. Yes, I would have gone along there and just undone all the straps so they fell off.
Oh no.
Yeah, some people don't. Eric, everyone's saying hello to you. He's gone and sat in the sun now. He's sitting in the garden now. Luna goes outside barefoot and grounds. Yep, to discharge the
My dog.
energy. I do understand the sitting in front of the computer because I do it most of the day, and you're getting a lot of stuff hitting. It's not just the output from the computer either, is it? I think it's all the negative stuff you see on media, social media, and news and everything. You get bombarded every day, don't you, with negative stuff? So to have a bit of protection or deflection is perhaps a better word, is a good idea. Someone wants to know about magical wombles.
They must be on YouTube.
This is cos. I want to know more about magical wombles. Yeah, I'm sure if you look on YouTube for the wombles, we grew up with them, I think, didn't we? They were on the telly, and they lived on Wimbledon Common, and they collected all the rubbish. But I think they brought them back as a kind of initiative to get children to be aware of the environment, isn't it, and collect rubbish and things.
Yeah, they were before their time, weren't they?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Madame Cholet had a fantastic apron.
I was going to say before my time that I'd be lying, so.
They did redo them, I think, didn't they? They did redo them a few years ago. They did a different version. But other than the wombles...
They redid the clangers as well.
Oh, no, I didn't see that, thankfully. You can't do that to the clangers. That's just sacrilege.
Oh, I love the clangers.
It's all wrong. It was not the same.
Anyway, you've thrown me now with wombles and Gypsy, you're too young.
She wants to know who the clangers are.
Yeah, you're too young, aren't you?
Wombles, thank you. I used to watch the Wombles. I was just looking at the comments here about a salt lamp, and a lady says that she uses a salt, and maybe a lady, it just says Facebook user. She uses a salt lamp in the office next to her computer. Salt lamps are also really good for that. They take away all the low vibing energy, and they're also very good in controlling relationships. I have a lot of clients that I've recommended to purchase a salt lamp if their partner can be quite controlling, and the amount of difference that they find within a week of just having this on half an hour in the evenings every night is ridiculous. It's very, very good for taking away that low vibing energy.
Excellent. Brilliant. So we all need one of those.
Yep.
I have a salt lamp. And it's underneath the television of all places, so it's definitely good.
See, Gypsy's doing her show and tell again.
Yeah. I'm not carrying that because it's heavy. I'll just show you one of the balls. We'll have one. It's a massage ball salt lamp. So
I like that. I've never seen a sphere one before.
The massage is beautiful, really nice.
Not seen one of those before. But other than wombles, Cos has another question. She's looking for information or guidance to improve concentration. Really struggling with concentrating at the moment, working from home. Yep. I've worked from home for 12, 13 years now. It took me 3 or 4 months to actually get into the routine of working from home because there's so many distractions and you have to be really, really disciplined. Time, I think, is a good one. You do have to put yourself in a routine for it. And try not to be distracted by that. I'll just get up and hang the washing out, or I'll just go and do this, or I'll just go and do that. I also found putting myself in a separate room, so setting up a table in the dining room as my office worked, so that I had like you're going to work kind of thing, helps as well. Talking as someone who gets distracted by shiny things very easily. Routine and time to get yourself sorted into it is mine. But I don't know if there's have we got any magical suggestions for that, crystals or?
I would suggest connecting with your eternal spirit or your eternal self and asking her to bring you back to balanced alignment.
I think my eternal self's gone. I think.
That's who I connect to when I'm meditating, to help me get into meditation, your eternal self. So I would suggest that, as well as grounding to help concentration.
Rosemary's good too, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, rosemary. Yeah.
Just a dab on your temples would probably do it, wouldn't it? Diluted, please. Don't put essential oil directly on your skin. You don't want 2 great big red spots where you've burnt yourself with essential oil.
Not at all.
But yeah, I think for me it's routine, getting yourself into a routine. But it did take me time. It took several months before I did. And then now having a dog at home doesn't help at all. Hopefully that's helped, because time and routine is my recommendation. Snowy Rock says, I think if you put your heart in, let me just look at it up here so I'm not actually looking at my feet. I think if you put your heart into things you make, people will want to buy them. Yeah, definitely. I make celebration cakes and put personal attention into everyone, but it's not about the money. Now, I know some people do make a living from the things that they do, and obviously the money side of it has to come in to a certain degree. But yes, if you're making the products, the items, whatever they are, with the right intent, then you would have to assume that they will sell well anyway, because they've got love and positive energy in them. So yes, definitely. It's all about the intent. Rachel says, I hope it is the love and joy I put into my work that helps it find the right owner. Absolutely. Rachel is pixie made, and every single thing she makes is amazing. And we can tell the amount of love that you put into it, Rachel. Absolutely. Definitely. Green has smoky quartz. Yep, there you go. And orgonite too. There you go, Green. You had the items that you needed. Isn't that quite often the way? I love it when things like that work like that. Maria, it's very kind of you. Our sweet Eric. He's a total and absolute git. But there we go. Sue says, this lockdown has brought the good out in a lot of people, but the worst in some. Oh, yeah, ain't that the truth? Oh, yeah, you're seeing flip sides from good to bad completely, and very little in between, isn't it? Yeah, it's well, it's an unprecedented situation, isn't it? Some have handled it well, some haven't. That's the way it goes. Because Wombles are awesome. They are. Maria, yes, Wimbledon was messy. Yeah, Maria lives in that. And Sue's now I'm singing it, Sue. Underground, overground, wobbling free. Yep, we've all got earworms now. Leslie, let's have a look. My son works from home sitting at a computer. It's really affected his mental health because of the type of information he has to deal with. What would help protect him from all the negative energy? Yeah, I do feel for people that have to deal with, that. My dad was a policeman for 30 years. Sue's dad was a policeman. I can't even begin to imagine what they must have seen and had to deal with. With no support in those days, there was nothing there. So something to protect him from all the negativity. Come on, let's see your wavy hands.
Yeah.
Black tourmaline and shungite bracelet. Guys can get a bit funny about carrying rocks and chunks in their pockets. You could get him one.
Yeah, they don't have bras, do they, to tuck them in?
Yeah, that in there. No, yeah.
So if he's working from home, he could have them around the computer, couldn't he?
Yeah. If I'm at home, I just have mine lined up down the side of the laptop.
The bracelet's a good idea. I hadn't thought about that. You can get the chip.
Yeah, the chip bracelet. Like £1,000. You can get them on Amazon all over the place.
I think, as a general,
you carry more piece in the wallet.
Oh, yeah.
As well, sort of.
Black crystals are generally very protective, aren't they? Yeah, I think the idea of a crystal chip bracelet would be brilliant, because that will work really well, wouldn't it? And if it's black,
the black one is a bit
more to look out of place, is it? So yeah, that's
a bit more masculine looking.
Oh yeah, you can use bubbles as well. Luna says if some people are a bit funny about shielding, but if you can get him to do it, yeah. You didn't hear the
One of the first things I taught both of my children was how to shield for when they go to school. So hopefully that's helped, Leslie. Sending him our very best and lots of positive energy. Jackie, I'm tired all the time. How can I increase my energy? I can't find my get up and go anymore. If you find it, Jackie, let me know, because I reckon mine's in the same place.
Oh, Gypsy's cucumber water.
Yeah.
No, Gypsy's that's not called Gypsy's cucumber water now.
Oh,
That's what it's called.
cucumber water.
Gypsy's cucumber water. Yeah, make some cucumber water.
Yeah.
I don't know how old you are, Jackie. You look very young and beautiful. But if you're of a lady of my age, then the menopause is going to kick your butt from that point of view. I've just started some specific vitamin supplements for menopausal ladies because I've been really struggling with that side of it. B12 is the one as well, isn't it? That's good for energy or lack of energy.
B12, yeah.
I would suggest seeing a doctor though.
Yeah.
Just in case it's something underlying that you need to get seen to. Herbal remedies, supplements, all that kind of thing are brilliant, but if there's an underlying medical cause, that needs to be sorted out first. But again, I think this whole lockdown thing has affected lots of people like that, hasn't it? I think we've got where we've had to stay at home and where we haven't been able to get out and about a lot. It has really affected. It's the mental health side of things, isn't it, that affects your energy as well. So I would say first rule out any medical kind of issue. Make sure that you're eating properly and that you're getting the right vitamins and minerals. But I think, again, we're back to routine maybe. Get yourself into a routine where you do something for yourself. Something, self-care, isn't it? Self-care is quite important.
Very important.
Doing things that you like to do and that you enjoy. I know Gypsy posts quite a lot about self-care days, don't you?
Yep. I try and do a self-care Saturday and Sunday. So I'll go running, do some meditation, grounding in the garden. My husband has the kids all day Saturday because I'm now home editing. And so I'm constantly with the girls. So I get a day off to myself Friday from I get up till they go to bed. And he has the girls all that day. So I literally just do as I please. So we normally arrange a witchy girls road trip, as we did this Saturday. We hadn't met up since full moon last just gone. We've met up for the first time since lockdown, so it's nice to get together and have a little mental health day, if you like.
Yeah, I think it is important to do things that you enjoy, isn't it? And things that, even if it's just, I know Sue and Heather and Ness and myself all have dogs, so even if it's just taking your dog out for a walk into nature, you've got to do stuff for yourself.
I was going to say, get into nature just a little bit. It's amazing what it does. I've been able to start fishing again, and sitting by a lake has been so therapeutic. Just to sit there and absorb it all. Just been amazing. Been quite fortunate to do that. But even just to sort of walk around a field or a shore or near one.
Yeah, it's self-care, isn't it? If you're not 100%, then you're not going to be able to look after anybody else either. So give yourself some self-care, Jackie, would be our advice, I would say. Lani. Hi, Lani. You don't have to apologise for being late. We're not going to give you detention or anything.
Well, we might.
Yeah. Ness is really strict, Lani. She's going to send you a detention.
I'm sorry. Love you, Lani.
Luna, protective bubble can work well for protection. Yeah, protective bubble shielding, very, very good.
Oh, yeah.
That Irene's dad was a policeman as well. There's a lot of us with policemen.
Yeah.
He'd get rid of bad energy at the gym. Nice idea. I'm not sure they had.
Oh, yes.
Particularly when my dad
Gyms in the 70s, didn't they?
I think he just went to the pub actually, but there you go.
Yeah.
One of those sort of boxing things.
Gypsy, can you repeat the stones for Sue? She didn't hear them.
It was orgonite, fluorite, lepidolite, shungite, black tourmaline, and aventurine. And I'll put them in the comments.
Cool.
Oh.
Sue, are chips okay to use? I want to give my hubby an amethyst one. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't, unless you're talking a crystal that's 20 foot high, I don't think there's an awful lot of difference in power between a chip, a tumblestone, and, you know, something you can hold in your palm with. Is there? Not in my experience, anyway.
I agree. I have the tiniest little chip from a Starseed Lemurian crystal. It fell off as I was holding it, and I gave the guy the crystal back, and that bit was sat in my hand. And that's what I used to meditate with, and it's so powerful. It blows my brain every time I use it. So I would agree, definitely.
So yes, chips are absolutely fine. Leslie says, thank you. You're very welcome. Luna's worried about you, Heather. She says you're quiet. That's when you have to watch her the most, Luna. Trust me.
Yeah, she knows that.
She's plotting, planning, and scheming.
It's all going on there.
I'm listening.
It's because Gypsy and I talk a lot. That's what it is.
No, I'm all talked out. I've been at work all morning, so yeah, I'm just enjoying being here.
Yeah, we've caught Heather on the end of quite a hectic work day, so she's chilling, aren't you?
Yeah.
Okay, I've added the crystals to the comments, so you should be able to see them now.
Thank you, Gypsy. Jackie, you are never 65. You're lying. That's a big fat fib. I don't believe it. No, you really don't look 65 at all, Jackie. But yeah, that's I think different phases of our ages do have an effect on our health and our energy levels, don't they? So yeah, once you've ruled out medical, I definitely look at whether you're getting the right vitamins and supplements and minerals and things. Give that a boost. Maria, sunshine has really helped. Yeah, I think it's funny actually. The doctors are saying at the moment, aren't there lots of people are starting to suffer from lack of vitamin D with the sunshine, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because you haven't been outside, you're supposed to have at least 15 minutes of sunshine a day. Unless you're my teenage son, who I'm pretty sure is around. He steps outside and his skin sizzles. There's a lot of people suffering from lack of vitamin D at the moment, and it can affect your energy levels and your bones and your muscles and all sorts, can't it? Yeah. I am looking at Heather now. She doesn't know because Heather's a medical person.
No, we're actually advising people to actually start taking supplements because they've been in lockdown, and a lot of people are still staying in lockdown because they're so frightened, even though it's relaxing.
That's me.
So we're it's one of the things that we are suggesting.
The sun, isn't it vitamin D that you can only get from the sunshine? As I'm
you can get it from some foods, but the sun actually is the best source.
Best one.
Yeah.
That's why people get sunburnt when they have their sunglasses on, because we absorb vitamin D through our eyes from the sun's rays. And if you have sunglasses on, your body can't detect how much sun you've taken in, and that's why people get sunburnt.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh.
Yep.
Sounded like a Carry On film moment then. Oh, I didn't know that at all. I need my sunglasses on to see. My sunglasses are prescription ones. But yeah, I think as well, the sunshine, it does make you feel better, doesn't it? I don't like sitting out in it a lot because it's a bit too warm, but it is that feeling that sun on your skin. It does make you feel better, doesn't it?
It does.
Snowy Rock has fresh lemon slices in water every morning to kickstart the metabolism. Although Snowy, that's a very good advice, but I do like Lani's advice better.
Yeah.
Cake and tea count as vitamin.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely, Lani. Get the cake and tea in there. Hi, Debbie. You're welcome, Jackie. You are welcome. Hi, Mendy. Yeah, Lani's apologised. Yeah. Expect your detention post from Ness. Snowy lives lucky enough to live by the sea, and walking on the beach is very therapeutic. Yeah, I'm a 10-minute drive from the sea. There is something very special about the ocean, isn't there? Very releasing. I am not looking at my feet. I'm looking at my phone. I promise I'm not ignoring you all. Lani says the intent is the most powerful and works with the crystal. Yeah, your intent's key in a lot of things, isn't it? Well, so many things really. If anybody wants the crystals to deflect against EMF, Gypsy has typed them in the comments there, so you can refer back to them.
I don't know who the person is commenting. I'm Ginger and we're supposed to make our own book deal. Is it true? But I've just Googled it and it is indeed true.
That's Karen. Hi, Karen.
Redheads can produce their own vitamin D as they can't sufficiently absorb vitamin D down to their lower melanin concentration. So they internally produce their own vitamin D when they're exposed to low light conditions. So there you go.
Oh, yeah. I'm learning so much stuff today. I probably won't remember any of it because I've got a brain like a sieve, but that's really interesting. Wow, I didn't know that.
I'd like to know what helps me. I suffer with something called, it's sort of like a heat rash, but it's polymorphic light eruption.
Oh, my friend.
And if I'm out in strong sunlight, I get it all up my hands and my arms and my chest and my legs. So I keep out of it. I do get like immune to it on my arms after a while, but yeah, it's pretty horrible. So I tend to keep out of it. I think it's just being a witch. I'm just allergic to sunshine.
You might be one of those mutant X-Men. Maybe it's like a superpower or something.
I like that. That's even better.
It's not helpful to you whatsoever, but
but it'd be good.
So do you take vitamin D then, Ness, so that you get tablets or whatever?
No, I'm supposed to sort of go out in it. I was told to take antihistamines because it's a sun reaction, but you've got to take it for a few weeks before, where you don't know when it's going to be really hot.
No.
So it's a bit pointless, really. I'd have to take it all the time, which I don't want to do. So it's just easier to keep out of it and just go in it for, small amounts and more, and then keep in the shade.
Have you always
I read it first started, since about 9.
Oh, okay.
So, and then after I had my children, it got steadily worse. Something happened to the hormones, I think, and
let's not even go into hormones.
So
you're definitely an X-Man mutant, Ness. That's what it is.
Keep out of it, do it in small doses. Special.
X-Man mutant. That's my diagnosis for you.
I'm going to look that up because that sounds good. Does that mean you get to see what's his face? Because he's quite nice.
Wolverine.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Hugh Blackman.
Yeah. Yeah, and he can sing too.
For it.
Yeah. He's really talented and good looking.
Yeah. Want to watch his long fingernails?
Yeah, they might scratch a bit.
See, nobody else's witchcraft talk goes from Wombles to Wolverine now, do they?
Only ours.
If you have any
what we do.
other even vaguely sensible questions, please do keep asking them in the comments and we will do our very, very best to answer them. Although as the sun is out, I am going to make the most of it this week with sun magic. I did some solstice magic yesterday. I know the solstice was at the weekend, but I kind of think of the Sabbats as a period in time rather than one set date. So I tend to work with them again with the weather as well, because the weather at the weekend wasn't actually very brilliant, was it? So for me, the solstice ought to involve sun. So I actually did all my magic working with it yesterday. So I will be making the most of the sun this week to do.
What flowers did you use?
Where?
What flowers did you use? Because you had lots of flowers around. What were they?
I picked from the garden anything that was yellow or orange. I put it in a vase, but then I sprinkled around the edge. I had a summer solstice incense blend from Freya's Cauldron. So to make the circle round with that had all the rose petals and things was just an incense blend.
Really?
And I just I just used it to make the circle. And what I've done with that, once the magic was finished, I scraped it all up and I put it in a little pouch and I've put it on my altar to give some sort of sunshiny energy boost.
Oh, nice.
What will you do with it after? Will you actually use it as an incense afterwards? Do you think in the winter maybe?
Yeah, I'll leave it there for as long as I think it kind of needs to do its stuff. But yeah, then I will, because it's not only is it a summer solstice blend, it's now also been charged with the sun on the solstice. So it's kind of got a double whammy of power. Yeah, I don't waste things. I do that a lot with incense. I've made an incense blend and I've used it to sprinkle around my altar or to sprinkle on the candle. I will collect it up afterwards and use it as incense because it's been charged with the energy from the spell work. Kind of makes sense to me anyway.
Cool. I sometimes use a flower circle for meditation. I'll mix in flower petals and crystals, depending on what meditation I'm doing, to form the boundary for my meditation circle.
Nice. Right, we've got Wendy. My mum is visiting me this week. My brother's kept her on lockdown since all this started. I got her outside for a little yesterday evening. Yeah, it is good. It's good to get a bit of sunshine. And Maria, at least you're on the right letter. Witch, Wombles and Wolverine. Yep. Hugh Jackman in Van Helsing.
Waffling Witches.
Waffling Witches.
Waffling Witches is put to you by the letter W.
Hugh Jackman in Van Helsing in a long leather coat. Oh no, I have not seen that one.
I haven't seen that one.
Everyone there go, oh yes, I've seen that one.
No, I haven't seen it.
We're obviously missing out on something. We'll have
You and I are going to have to watch it now.
Yeah, we'll have to add that to our list. Thank you for that recommendation, Sue. Leslie, the sun never used to bother me, but since menopause, if I get the sun, my skin gets really itchy. Yeah, the menopause is it's a poo, basically. It changes your skin completely, doesn't it? I'm having so many problems with my skin at the moment. The menopause is evil. It's evil. I know it's part of our life cycle. I know it's another phase to step into, but it sucks. I don't want to embrace it at all, thank you. That's hormones for you, I guess.
Indeed.
I'm not really sure what the answer to that is, but Sue says, thanks, Ness, I could take a bite out of him.
It has to be Hugh.
I was just laughing at that comment.
I'm assuming she's talking about Hugh Jackman. I don't know.
Maybe it'll be a womble.
Oh dear. Honestly, people, we do actually work witchcraft. We do know what we're talking about a lot of the time. But you've got to have a sense of humour. The gods have got a sense of humour, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah. They have to.
They'd have to, wouldn't they? They'd have to deal with us humans, really.
Things I've always found, if I'm too serious about it, it doesn't work.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely.
You know, if I go with the flow and if something happens, just laugh about it or just make a joke, it seems then everything just moves along. Whereas if I take it too seriously, if I get too involved, if I get it too, it's got to be just like this, then it just nothing.
Yeah, you've got to be true to yourself, haven't you, and to your own nature. Yeah, I'm not very good at doing serious.
Please do not eat the womanless. I think she means wombles.
Because we're assuming that you mean. Yeah, no, I don't think wombles would like to be bitten.
No. They're very rude.
Oh, are they? They can't be very big, really, because otherwise you would see them.
Snowy says, as well as skin issues, that she's also obsessed with Hugh Jackman, and it's down to menopause.
There is that you can blame the menopause on absolutely everything. Green, perimenopausal. Yeah, that I'm in my sixth year now of the perimenopause. 6 years it's been going there. But yeah, skin issues are part of the problem. Jackie, you ladies are so much fun. Thank you, Jackie. We do like to laugh. But as I always say, the energy of a group is made up with everyone that's in it. So yeah, us lot are completely bonkers. But with all you guys here as well, you help raise the energy. So it's a team effort. The total utter organized chaos is a team effort. But yeah, you gotta have a laugh. But yeah, let's not laugh about them. Well, you have to laugh about the menopause because otherwise you cry, really, because it is you can't buy a womble, you get a mouthful of fur.
Now, are they furry or are they woolly? You see?
Oh. No,
See, I
there's a
always
bit
think
of
of
a
wombles
debate.
as woolly.
There's a bit of a debate there. We'll have to do a poll on that one and see what we come up with.
That's a long little debate of, is a Jaffa cake a biscuit or a cake?
Oh, don't even get me started on that. Oh, Heather, you have a compliment. You look like Helen Mirren. Absolutely gorgeous. Yeah. See, my husband thinks she looks like Felicity Kendall, who is also absolutely gorgeous. So
He calls you Felicity, doesn't he?
He does call you Felicity, doesn't he? Helen Mirren.
He does. Yeah.
Yeah, he's nodding. Helen Mirren's both absolutely stunning ladies. Which, of course, as well. She's a stunning lady. But thank you. Yep, everybody, you're going to be Helen Mirren from now on. Now,
I wish.
Lani, I think you need to be a little bit insane to be saying, "Oh yeah." Hi, niece. Yeah, we're definitely a bit bonkers, that's for sure.
We're back to Hugh Jackman again.
Hugh Jackman is furry too.
The bits of him I've seen on.
May go down
Places, I'm sure.
as the most irrelevant witchcraft waffling witches chat.
Oh my goodness.
To anybody that's not seen us before, we do talk about witchcraft. I promise we do. And if you have any questions, do ask. We will talk about them in amongst Hugh Jackman and his fur. Leslie's in her 4th year of menopause. Yeah, it does. It goes on for a long time, and it's rubbish. Absolutely rubbish. However, see, I'm going to be sensible now. There are things you can do about it. I would highly recommend, if you're really, really struggling, to go and see the doctor. Without wishing to be gender specific, ask for a woman doctor, and ask for a woman doctor that's going through it or been through it herself, because she will understand. That's my personal experience anyway. I found a lady doctor that had been through it, and she was absolutely brilliant. There are things you can take, there are medications you can take, there are things that can be done. So yes, don't feel like I did, and I struggled for several years thinking it's natural, I've just got to deal with it. You don't. You absolutely don't. Please do go and see your doctor if you're struggling with it. If you prefer the herbal route, do go and see a qualified herbalist. They will also be able to give you support and provide you with the right things. I did try lots and lots of various different herbal remedies, but they didn't work for me. So I had to resort to medication from the doctor, but it works. So don't suffer in silence, because you absolutely don't have to. And of course, as witches, we are perhaps a little bit more well equipped to deal with it all, because we have magic at our fingertips. We can do meditations and rituals and spell work. We can work with herbal teas and all sorts of things to help it along and to help support it. So yeah, it's don't feel that you have to struggle alone, because you don't. There are lots and lots of things that you can do. Oh, Sue's nearly at the end of hers. Oh, well done getting through it, Sue. Yeah. Snowy Rock suggesting that he's only furry when he's Wolverine. Well, not in my experience, Snowy.
Okay, come on then. You've got to spill the beans on this one.
I have no idea. I have no idea. He's not actually my type. He isn't my type at all. So no, it's not. I have strange taste in men. No, he's not my type at all.
I'll vouch for that.
He's way too Hollywood hunk for me. Now Sue says he's got a lovely hairy chest. It's Sue that knows about his hairy chest. I can't believe this is where this conversation has gone. Right. Let's Leslie wasn't given HRT. It wasn't for me. No, I wasn't given HRT because I don't struggle with night sweats particularly, and that is what HRT is apparently focused on doing for you. So if you suffer with the sweats, then HRT does do that sort of job, but it's not the only thing available. There are all sorts of other things that the doctor can give you. So
just pointing out, I wasn't shaking a cocktail then.
There's gin going on there. That's actually why we
start early.
We haven't actually got water in our bowls at all. It's gin.
I like gin. It gives me a headache.
Snowy, the funniest conversation ever. Yeah, it's not normally quite this bad. We're putting it down to the heat.
Yeah. 30-degree heat, that's what it is.
If you do, we do actually know a little bit about witchcraft. So if you would like to ask us any questions, please do. We would love to answer witchcraft questions. Although I'm not actually going to be able to work witchcraft without involving a womble anymore. So, but they are quite environmentally friendly icons, aren't they? So they're positive reinforcement. Madness. Right, anyway. Body pain and low moods. The moods was I might get body pain anyway because of other health issues, but it was the mood swings, Leslie, that I really, really, really struggled with. There are things you can do. It's your hormones out of balance, so there are things that they can give you to sort that out. So if you are struggling, please do go and see a doctor. They can help you. Don't struggle. I think dealing with menopausal hormones is possibly one of the most scariest things I have ever had to deal with in my entire life. I was actually expecting the men in white coats to come and pick me up at some point, fit me out for the straitjacket. That's it. It was that bad. So that's what prompted me to go to the doctor. I should have gone way before. So don't wait. Go and see the doctor. They can help. Absolutely, they can help. But yeah, as I say, there is magic and stuff you can do as well. Routines, focus, meditation's good. I mean, it is the phases of life, isn't it? We all go through different phases. And I guess the menopause is perhaps the first step on the cronehood ladder, perhaps, if that's how you see it. Cronehood comes at different times, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. But then you get some people going through it in their 30s.
Yeah. So I think it's a little bit about accepting that your body is transitioning, and not fighting it. It's very difficult to go with the flow. But get help and support with it. But it's part of being a woman, I guess. It's just one of those things that we do have to deal with generally, everyone to different degrees. And it is part of a transition. But no, don't suffer. Don't suffer in silence, because you absolutely do not have to. Right, let's trying to focus on being sensible, which won't last very long, don't worry. Jackie, I told a friend that I didn't get mood swings. My husband muttered under his breath, "That's what you think." Oh yeah, no, I absolutely knew I was suffering from mood swings. No, that was really horrible. I always find a good shout at the husband works. No, I have to say, and I'm not just saying it because he's actually sitting next to me because he's working from home. I wouldn't have been able to get through it without my husband. He was incredibly patient because basically he lived with probably 7 different wives over probably a couple of years. Yeah, probably a couple of years because he never knew who he was going to wake up with each day. And unfortunately, it was never Pamela Anderson. It was always some kind of wicked witch from Disney. So yeah, having support from someone that cares for you is very, very important. And I think talking about it helps as well. It is one of those subjects that doesn't often get talked about. And I think if you talk to your husband, and we talked to our children about it as well, because they were all at home when it was at its worst, explaining to them that, you know, mum's not turned into a complete psycho. And just explaining how I felt each day, really, you know, was like getting up and saying, actually, today's a bad day, and dealing with it on a daily basis. But communication, very, very key to it, I think. Sorry, we have got really serious there, haven't we? That's a whole other subject in itself. Perhaps we should have a chat about the menopause. Menopause? Why do I keep calling it menopause?
Israel.
Let's move on to something far more not
question.
Can anyone tell me the properties of snowflake obsidian? It's black with white snowflakes on it. Does that help?
Yeah.
Go, Dixie, go!
A stone of purity and balance. It can remove negativity, balance the emotions, and also bring up emotions to the surface for you to work through. So good for shadow work, balance, and purity.
Cool.
Yeah,
I like
calming, very calming crystal.
Quite a fascinating crystal.
I like think of the snowflakes, doesn't it? It's sort of like that calming connection to it.
Yeah, we're kind of standing there. The black and white balance and equal.
I'm just going to say goodbye to Maria because she's off. Bye, Maria. Have a lovely day. Maria. Take care. Snowflake obsidian. I've seen them absolutely covered in white snowflakes, and then I've seen them almost black with only sort of 1 or 2 white spots on. So they do vary, don't they?
They do indeed.
Yeah, mine's got quite a bit on it, but yeah, it's a lovely crystal, one of my favourites.
Yeah, they are nice to work with. Chronic illness spell work would be useful to.
Yeah, and me.
Yeah, maybe we should have a chat focused on health. That would. It just so happens. It just so happens that on the 1st of September I have a new book coming out. Total self-obsessed book plug. I have a book coming out, my first book with Llewellyn, which is called Curative Magic, and it is a bit of a step outside the box for me. It's dealing with something that I haven't really dealt with before, but it is looking after your issues, but from a magical point of view. So it does cover the menopause, but it covers menses, and it covers anxiety, panic attacks, stress, sleep issues, all of the negative kind of issues that we have, but dealing with them from a magical point of view. So there are rituals and spells and meditations, little daily rituals and prompts to help you deal with them on a smaller basis, and herbal teas, and there's obviously a few cakes in there as well. So there is a magical support frame that as witches we do have that we could help. But yes, I do like the idea of a health chat to cover. That would be very useful. We'll make a note of that. Definitely. Penelope, it's the aging process of obsidian. The older the piece, the more snowflakes if I remember rightly.
Oh, that's a good one.
Interesting. See, we do learn stuff. I mean, most of us have been
Never
on.
stop learning.
No, never. Most of us been on this journey for very many years, but you always learn something. This is Tess asking another question. Crystals and herbs for self-confidence and confidence in general. Feel like mine has left the building. Maybe this is a whole other conversation. Well, all are, I think. But yeah, definitely with self-confidence. I can find the herbs for you. Unless anybody wants to wave about crystals. I can look it up.
Anything yellow and orange.
Sue's waving something. What are you waving to?
Oh, I've dropped it now.
Citrine.
Yeah. Citrine or carnelian would be my go-to for
Carnelian.
Carnelian. I like
Next to my altar.
Hey, Jackie.
What have you got, Sue?
I'm sitting next to my altar in my bedroom, so I've got all the ones from the summer solstice ritual that we did.
So,
and I have a dog.
And we've got Izzy in the background.
Hi, Izzy.
Crystals, herbs for confidence. Another book plug. Look, benzoin, black pepper, and fennel for confidence. I think that it's strong herbs, isn't it? Like fennel's got that real powerful punch to it, and black pepper as well. It's a real kind of kick butt type of ingredient, isn't it? It is absolutely personal, though. Look in your cupboards and kitchen cupboard, spice rack, and see what you've got that leaps out to you as being something that would work with self-confidence. And the same with crystals. There are, like the ladies say, some that are specifically for confidence. I think citrine's yellow, isn't it? Carnelian's red. It's that fiery energy again, isn't it? It's that kind of power to it. For self-esteem, cyclamen is very good as well. Let's have a look at the foods. I know I wrote these books, but I don't.
Lapis always makes me feel confident.
The what? Sorry.
Lapis lazuli.
Okay. Nice stone. I like that.
Yeah.
I wear that when I want to feel confident because that's just how it makes me feel.
Yeah, because it resonates with you. I think it has to be a personal thing, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
So I'm looking at food now. Black pepper and sunflower seed. Again, sun energy. So you're looking at that fiery, powerful boost of energy. But yeah, go with what works for you. But definitely the more fiery sun type herbs and plants and crystals. So yeah, hopefully that will help. Penelope says, I could also be talking out of my backside as it's been 10 years since I read about obsidian. I think we often hang on to these bits of information, don't you? So that all of a sudden,
I don't know, I can't remember what I'd done last week, let alone 10 years ago.
It's a bit like that. Leslie, the anxiety is awful due to menopause. Yep. It was my first experience with anxiety and panic attacks. Never had them before. I think I was saying to Sue and Ness, actually, people see me standing on a stage at Witchfest talking to hundreds of people and think she's totally self-confident. And I always was until the menopause hit me. And then I did suffer with anxiety and panic attacks and not even wanting to step outside the house on some occasions because my hormones had kicked my butt. It does change. Hormones are killers, definitely. There is another menopause book, and I am trying to think of the very lovely lady. I'll look it up. There's another book that I've read about menopause that one of the I see her name's gone completely out of my head. There's another menopause book, Leslie, a spiritual one. I'll look it up for you and I'll type it up afterwards. Jackie's going to catch us. She's off. Hi, Jackie. Bye, Jackie. Have a nice day. Which book was I looking in, Tess? I got two. They are mine. See,
Just answered that one. I think it was the herb one.
Yeah. Magical herb and magical plants and herbs.
Brilliant book.
I did, thank you. I did write them, but I don't remember this stuff. But I must admit, I do tend to just look in my cupboard and see what I've got. If I'm working spells or anything. I think we all pretty much do the same, don't we? Whether it's herbs or ingredients or crystals, we'll just look and see with the intent in mind and see what works and what jumps out at us. It's got to be personal, hasn't it? What works for someone might not work for the other person.
Yeah.
So we're all personal. We've all got personal, individual characters, haven't we? So, it's got to work with you. Snowy Rock. I like to use fenugreek for confidence because it has a lovely pungent smell. I'm not keen on fenugreek, I must admit. I think it smells like old socks. But but again, it's got to be personal, hasn't it? It tastes nice in curries, obviously, because they're my favourite. But yeah, fenugreek's got that. Not quite as bad as the asafoetida. Thank you.
Devil's dung.
Say that again, Heather.
Asafoetida.
Asafoetida. Yeah, devil's dung. That stuff smells. That stuff really smells. You probably wouldn't want that for self-confidence. I think that's better for getting rid of demons. Or summoning them, perhaps. I don't. Go with what's personal for you. I think witchcraft itself is a very personal journey, isn't it? Although we've all worked together, our pathways are all slightly different from each other, and everyone else will be in the same place. You'll take bits and pieces from different pathways, put it together, and make it your own. So everyone's pathway will be slightly individual. So what works for you might not work for someone else. Brilliant that you use fenugreek, Snowy, for confidence. I wouldn't, because it's not my favourite smell. But yeah, if it works, absolutely. Go for it. Go with it. Whatever the term is. Do we have any more questions about anything, really? Because apparently we can answer questions about all sorts of things. Doesn't actually.
Got a question.
Gypsy's got a question.
More curry recipes in that book. Oh my goodness! I cooked your chicken mustard curry on a Friday, and it was so good. I had Thursday. Sorry, they made me cook it again for lunch.
I made a chana and spinach one last night.
The chicken mustard one has been a bit popular. I've had quite a few people sharing photos of it, so thank you for that. Yeah, it is I like that one. That's even
the children had it.
Excellent.
More, so that's my favourite curry.
You've scored if the kids eat something, really, don't you?
Exactly.
All of the recipes in the book are ones that I've cooked for the family and for the children. So brilliant. Thank you for that. It's been absolutely lovely having people share their photos of what they've cooked. It's been absolutely brilliant. The caramel swirl cake seems to have been a favourite. The lemon and thyme cookies and that chicken curry seems to have been the thing that Snowy doesn't think it smells like old socks. That's good. That's just me, Snowy. That is just me in particular. Because old socks smell would not make you feel overly confident, I don't think. But if you have any, we can do a chat specifically about health. We will be far more organised. This is Waffling Witches, so it is basically about us wandering about and talking about all sorts of things. But if you want us to talk about something in particular, then do give us yes. Well, our next talk will be on Hugh Jackman. We can talk about subjects in particular. We are going to be doing an online workshop about Book of Shadows because we have been asked to do that, but we've got to do our homework and we've got to put it together properly. So that will be coming at some point in the future. But yeah, definitely we can do one about the menopause and pain management, health in general. That would be cool. All the witchy stuff that you can do to support and to help and to Do you know, I think part of it is just talking about it, isn't it? And knowing that other people are in the same boat.
A problem shared,
Yeah.
problem halved.
Yeah, knowing that you're not the only person that's dealing with it. Sorcha, you're very, very welcome. Any more questions? Pop them in the comments, and we've got another 15 minutes. We can talk about all sorts of things in 15 minutes. We can go completely off a tangent in 15 minutes. We can go all over the place. Goodness knows where we'll end up.
I'll be back in a minute.
She's going to brush up on her information about Hugh Jackman. Where are we now? Summer solstice, aren't we? So yeah, I think sun magic is the key at the moment. I think most of us, although we do work to a certain degree with the tablets, generally work with the energy of the moment, of the season, of the time. So confidence and self-confidence is a brilliant intent to be working on at the moment, isn't it? Off the back of the summer solstice, with all that fiery energy and sun magic, absolutely brilliant time to be working with self-confidence and self-esteem. I would suggest working sun magic with that rather than moon magic. The moon is powerful, certainly, but I think the sun energy will give your self-confidence that special kick that it needs. Same as you would work with the moon, you can work with the sun. The sun has the phases all in one day. So, yeah, definitely if you want to work with self-confidence, go for it with the sun magic. Snowy, it's nice to have a place to talk about menopause issues. Thanks so much. I'm glad I'm not going crazy. I know we didn't say you're not crazy. You have to be slightly crazy to be, involved with us lot. Yeah, I think that's it, isn't it? A lot of people don't realise that other people are actually dealing with it. So definitely, yeah, share and all learn from each other, really. And yeah, just know that you're not alone. That's kind of how we work at Kitchen Witch anyway, with witchcraft. We always say we're all here to support each other. Anything that we learn about witchcraft, we like to share with you guys. And we learn from you as well. So if anybody has issues or problems or queries, do contact us on the Kitchen Witch Facebook group. We're always there to help and support if needed. Leslie, I want to do another solstice ritual. Will it be as potent now? Yeah, I only did my summer solstice ritual yesterday. So yes, absolutely. With any of the Sabbats, for me, it is a period in time rather than just one day. So yeah, absolutely. I did mine yesterday afternoon. So
I changed my altar over about 10 days before because that's when it felt right.
Yeah, you've got to go with what feels right for you. Yeah, I think it is. It is. If you split the year into 4 seasons, you can also split the year into 8 for the Sabbats, can't you? And so you can work with it for a period of time up to the date, and then for a period of time after it before you change to the next one. So yeah, absolutely, Leslie.
I look at it like our ancestors wouldn't have, for instance, done it on Monday at 2 o'clock. So it would have either been before or after the celebration.
Yeah, they didn't have calendars as such, did they? They watched the sky and they watched the seasons and they watched the weather.
Essentially when it felt right for them or when the seasonal pointers were telling them it was time.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, trust your intuition, Leslie, but definitely still work with summer solstice ritual or summer solstice magic. Go for it.
Someone's bragging. Nearly finished 19.
Leslie needs Vicky needs some self-confidence. Work with the sun. Work with the summer solstice energy, Vicky, to build your self-confidence. And it was citrine and carnelian, wasn't it? If you want to work with crystals for self-confidence. Leslie was at her daughter's house when he did the ritual. Yeah, do it, Leslie. Absolutely, do it. Irene's going to brag. Nearly finished lesson 19. Oh, we've got plenty more for you, Irene. Plenty more. Don't you worry about it. Well, congratulations on getting that far through it. Karen, I finished the menopause when I was 60. Feels so much better since I used sage. Yeah, the sage supplement didn't really do anything for me, but that is supposed to be particularly good for the menopause, isn't it? Again, I guess it depends on what type of person you are and what your hormones are doing and what your body is and all the other million factors that are involved in it. 60. Oh, Karen, I've been 6 years so far and I'm only 52 this year. I don't want another 8.5 years of it. Please don't let me have another 8.5 years of it. But we are all individual, aren't we? And like you say, some people go through it much earlier, some go through it much, and some people sail through it. It's one of those things, isn't it?
Yeah, I never remember hearing my nana complain about the menopause, or my nana on the other side of the family. It was just whether they didn't suffer at all, or it was just
not talked about.
Yeah.
Probably not talked about, was it?
She'd have an off day, like there was a day when her mood would be up and down, it would be constant. So I'm hoping she was lucky enough to have no issue.
Yep, it could be that, couldn't it? Some people do sail through it. We'll keep our fingers crossed for you, Gypsy. Karen used the liquid one. Would that be liquid sage or would that be gin? Are we? No, that's juniper berries, isn't it? That's not sage. I have had sage tea before, and it is really revolting.
I
didn't like it at all. No, that wasn't nice at all.
Nice with a bit of honey in it. I've put a little bit of honey in with mine, and it tends to take that edge off of it.
No.
No.
I have got quite a sweet tooth, so no. It's taken me years to get used to chamomile without thinking that I'm drinking a glass of grass, because basically what you are drinking.
Grass, I was going to say that. I don't like chamomile either.
I don't mind that. I've got a bit used to that. Actually, we had a question on the Kitchen Witch forum a while back, didn't we, about herbal teas? Mint and licorice is my favourite. But licorice is a bit of a love-hate one, isn't it?
Turmeric.
I love it.
On its own?
No, you can get it as a tea, turmeric tea.
Yeah, I can get bags in my shop.
Does it not just taste like dirt?
No.
But then I put turmeric in a lot of things because I use it for my apparatus. So I make my turmeric honey and all sorts of things. So whether I've just got used to the taste. But yeah, turmeric and cinnamon are my two favourite teas.
Cinnamon tea, I
cinnamon
like.
tea.
Oh, cinnamon.
I like the golden
lovely
as well before bed with coconut milk and turmeric. It's delicious.
Yeah, so I've had milky lattes with turmeric in. They've not been too bad, but I put it in my curries.
Yeah,
makes the rice turn yellow.
I also have it in my protein shakes after running because it helps repair muscle damage.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't do any running, Gypsy, so I don't need that.
I do your running for you, don't you worry.
I do like that.
You just get used to, because as I say, I use it quite a lot. So the taste, looking back, when I first started using it, the taste was a bit earthy.
Yeah.
But then I love beetroot, and beetroot's got an earthy taste.
Yeah, no, I do like beetroot. I'll have to give the turmeric one a try. I do want to come back to Gypsy. I like the idea that you do my running for me. That's I like that.
Train yourself to exercise in your sleep. If you do or during the day, if you do a 5-minute visualization of you actually running or jogging on the spot or skipping, whatever it is, for 10 minutes, your brain and body thinks you've done it.
I like that.
Seriously, when I say if it's absolutely hammering it down with rain here, I'm like, I'll go on Just Dance and then I'll do a half-hour visualization of me running 5 miles, and your body thinks that you've done the exercise. It's awesome.
Can I do that in my sleep?
Yeah.
So yeah, running's not my thing. But we've got some nice suggestions here. Oh, thanks for the warning on the sage tea. Oh, do give it a try. It might just be me that doesn't like it, so do give it. Turmeric, ginger, and lemon. See, now that sounds quite nice.
Rhubarb tea. That sounds lovely as well.
I have got a rhubarb and ginger tea from Tea Pigs, but it's a bit overpoweringly ginger. I can't really taste the rhubarb in it, but I do like rhubarb. Chamomile tastes like bouquet garnet. Yeah, I'm with you. I am with you. Cinnamon and chai tea or chai tea latte is my absolute favourite.
Chai tea, nice.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Chai tea cupcakes. Chai tea cupcakes are even better.
I gave back to them, and my husband took them into work, and he handed them out, and half the people that ate them were like, "But I don't like chai tea." They were like, "But it's delicious."
It's that blend of flavours, isn't it? It's very well. Chai tea is Indian, isn't it? It is that cinnamon, clove, ginger, nutmeg kind of. It's lovely. That's my favourites. Green says cinnamon, clove, ginger, and nutmeg. Nutmeg actually is one of my favourite flavours. I've made a nutmeg cake recently, and that was absolutely delicious.
I flavour my lasagna.
Sounds nice.
Yeah, nutmeg goes really well with beef, isn't it? I know Maria's gone, but the Greeks use nutmeg and cinnamon savoury foods, don't they? Mint and licorice. Yeah, that is a nice tea. Spicy ginger. Our brains are big computers. I think one of those dodgy laptops that won't shut down. With all the tabs open at one time.
Well, I've seen something like that. Yeah.
I think they are, though, isn't it? It's
gin.
Our brains affect how we feel. You can make yourself feel really quite poorly by the way that your brain's thinking.
Yeah.
And conversely, you can make yourself feel much better by the way that your brain's thinking. Rhubarb and ginger gin. Not sure that comes under herbal teas, but I like your thinking.
Cider, that's very nice.
So what one?
Sounds good.
Rhubarb and ginger cider. That's very nice.
Yeah, that sounds. I do like cider. That sounds very nice.
That is delicious.
That sounds very nice. Berry hibiscus. And chai tea in a quick bread. Yeah, I've made chai tea tea breads before. That's very nice. Let's face it, chai flavours are nice in anything. Although chai is the Indian word for tea. So when you're having chai tea, you're having tea. One of those weird things. Chai tea latte. If anybody ever wants to buy me a nice drink and a slice of cake, I'll have a chai tea latte. Thanks. Excellent. Right, well, we've done an hour, so we've got 3 minutes. So if you
hour and a half.
Hour and a half.
Oh, what's the time now? Oh gosh, wow. Do you know, I was thinking we've got 3 minutes left in it. I apologise. We've been waffling for an hour and a half. I am sorry. I'm having toasted marshmallows. None of you lot said, did you?
We just did.
Well, officially, we're doing an hour and a half today, so so you've still got 2 minutes to ask your questions. Oh, I'm going to go and have a lie down in a dark room. Green tea. No, I don't mind green tea, but I like to have another flavour in it because I don't like it on its own.
I like nettle tea. I think a lot of nettle tea.
I've not had that one. You cook a lot with nettles, don't you? You make all sorts of things with nettles.
Yeah, I do love my nettles. I blame Angela Lansbury in Bedbugs and Broomsticks.
I do like Angela Lansbury. She's absolutely brilliant. Although I wouldn't want to live near her because, you know, lots of people get murdered around her.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to live in Cabot.
I remember her from Bedknobs and Broomsticks.
Yeah, good film. Good film.
My nanny used to watch Murder, She Wrote every week.
Yeah, I love it. I like Columbo more, but there you go. Hi, Chris. Yes, you have missed us, Chris. You actually caught us because I got my timings completely wrong. We've waffled for an hour and a half instead of an hour. But it will be on replay. Give a couple of minutes after we finish and it will come up and you can watch it from the start again. Luna, yes, she did solve the murder.
Prepared.
She did every time.
Thank you so much for joining. Well, thank you so much for joining us and lasting an hour and a half. I suspect it's something to do with the Wombles and Hugh Jackman that kept everyone here for an hour and a half, but because I'm not actually over sure there was an awful lot of witchcraft in it, but we will be doing one again at some point in the near future, and look out for some specifically subject ones. That's terrible grammar. We will get something organized for you on specific subjects. Catch me on Friday morning on my personal Facebook page for a chat about some magic, which will only last 45 minutes.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because I won't have you lot egging me on. I'm blaming you lot. I'm going to blame you all because, as I said before, the energy of anything is made up by everyone that's here. So it's your fault, all of you.
Responsibility.
Yeah, there goes the responsibility. I'm passing it on to everybody else. Thank you so much for your continued support, everybody. As always, if you need help or support with anything, please do message us on the Kitchen Witch group. We're here to help. Kitchen Witch students, you have a student-only chat, a private chat in a couple of weeks' time. Look on the Facebook group for details. And we will see you all again very soon. Thank you so much to my partners in crime, Sue, Heather, Gypsy and Ness, for I couldn't do Kitchen Witch without these guys. So thank you all. And thank you to everyone. So I bid you all a very belated goodbye and allow you to go on with your day. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.